It's June 17th, 2003. We are all waiting in front of the bookstore for the release of the fifth Harry Potter book, Order of the Phoenix. And we learn that Elyse used to borrow Giselle's straightening iron. Welcome to Pot But Make It Fashion. Welcome to episode 5 of Pot But Make It Fashion. I am Sander.
And I'm Dennis.
And we're going to talk about the 5th episode of America's Next Top Model Cycle 1, The Girl Who Everyone Thinks Is Killing Herself. Quite a tough name for an episode.
Yes, because you can also ask yourself, is everyone thinking that? And I'm not talking about the girls, but the people who are watching.
Yeah. I wanted to say if I was or I wasn't, but let's get to that when we get to that in the episode. It starts, this episode, I don't know, it starts a little bit before that, but they go, at the beginning of episode 5, they go to Mr. J. Manuel's house, and he says, hey, I'm here with Tyra and Ty, which is Tyra's assistant, and you're going to cook for us. I read somewhere or heard somewhere, I don't know, that they actually were supposed to go to a restaurant and that didn't work out, so they decided to go to Mr. J. Manuel's home.
Oh, well, I liked it. It was very, it looked like fun.
It
looked like they were friends together and just having fun together and, cooking.
And I find it funny that someone called and Robin answered the phone. Who is this calling my man?
Yes!
See, that's why they want to keep Robin. She will never win, you can tell, but they want her for the drama and the jokes.
Yeah, she like in those moments she can be very fun. She can be very nice. Like I like that too. Like, yeah, I think if you would have a party and she would be there, she would make a good host. She would be a good host.
Yes,
yeah.
she would. Yeah. Well, and then here at the dinner, this whole subplot line came on that Elyse has an eating disorder. Which is kind of a tough thing. They don't really talk about it that much that evening, but the whole episode throughout, it's like talking about Elyse and about her, not really defending herself because she says, I don't need to defend myself because it's so untrue, nothing more untrue than this. But they're all talking like, we heard you after Tyra. They don't say it to her, they talk about her. Like, we heard her go to the toilet and... I don't know. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is, you never really can tell. I think because when a person probably has it, or like they know how to defend themselves, that they don't have it. But I'm like, for me, even I don't even know if it's true or not true, or like even from the information that we're getting, I'm like, I wouldn't say yes, she has it, or I wouldn't say no, she doesn't have it. Like it's like I just don't know.
Yeah, I have a feeling that I don't think she has it. Well, maybe it's also like now 20 years later, so maybe, I don't know. I followed her a little bit through her career, and I just have a feeling that she's just a thin girl, and the way she speaks about it is not, she doesn't feel awkward about it. She just feels a little bit, I don't know, violated. Is that a good thing? Yeah,
true.
Like fun. It's just not true, you guys. I'm just thin, and, I don't know. I think, she just, maybe when you are that thin, I wouldn't know. You have less desire to eat a lot. I don't know.
But I think also it's like if you're there. I think there's different ways because you don't have to be extremely thin to have an eating disorder. You can have a normal weight and still have an eating disorder. I think, but it's just a hard topic. And I think during this whole episode, because it comes back the whole time, it's like, it just becomes like. The girl's saying she has it. She says she doesn't have it, and then with the judging, they talk about it as well. But yeah, it just comes back.
It's true, and like what I've heard from behind the scenes things of America's Next Top Model is that a lot of times apparently there's like gossip from like previous contestants that they say that production starved them a little bit on purpose to make them cranky so that there will be drama, and that they apparently, which I read somewhere or heard somewhere, is that they gave them food which. Elyse didn't like, so that she had to eat oatmeal and stuff because they gave them not a lot of food, but then she would be like, oh, the thing I get is this, so then all the other contestants would be like, oh, she's only eating the oatmeal, but it looks like a little bit of a setup when I have to listen to the rumors, but I don't know.
Only Elyse will know.
Only Elyse will know, that's true. But it was a nice evening, nice house, nice environment. I missed Miss J.
Yeah, she wasn't there.
No, Miss J was not there. Next day, at their house, Tyra comes over for publicity training. Well, she doesn't give the training, but Tyra's there all the time now, right? She's here.
I love it.
I like it. She's really a mentor for them. Like
what I don't like was her hair.
Oh, what did
it
her
was
look
like a ponytail, and then from the sides it just popped out like she had big. It was
like an elephant.
Yeah, it was just. Yeah.
No, she looked a mess, but she came over with her publicist Cindy Berger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know her?
No, I only know a Berger from Sex and the City. Like getting dumped through a post-it. Maybe this is the mother of Mr. Berger or the sister, Cindy Berger. Yeah, the sister. And she says, I'm going to teach you all about what to say and what not to say. And she does. And of course, the eating disorder comes on again, blah, 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 blah. And all the girls, while Elyse is getting interviewed by Mrs. Berger, they are all really, well, they look that they are worried, but it also feels like a lot of mean girl gossiping. I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you feel about it?
I think it's also maybe, I don't know. Maybe also what? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. It's just weird.
No, and
just
you
weird.
can tell Elyse is hurt by it because she cries her mother then, and she cries her eyes out.
True. Yeah, but that can also be because there's like she feels that there's tension, and she feels she can't say it, but she knows that there's something wrong, and she has to hold it. So, do you know what the thing is with this whole thing? Like, you will never know if it's there or not because. People can hide things very well, but maybe it's not true. Like you just never know.
You never know. No, you never know. Let's just hope it's not true. I hope it's no one should go through things like that. Everyone is perfect the way they are. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Here. Oh my God! Finally, a tip from me instead of from you. I love Elyse and her mean girl one-liners because here she's like, I'm getting very annoyed by especially Giselle, but I don't want to alienate Giselle because she's the only one with a straightening iron. I'm like, go girl. Yeah, well, fair enough. I don't get annoyed by Giselle. I think no, but she's young. Yeah, I think so is Elyse.
I think the reason why she's probably annoyed is because what they're saying during the episode that Giselle keeps fishing for compliments.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was the thing that was very annoying. And we all know that person that comes to you is like, is this right? Does this look pretty on me? Do I look good? You're like, shut up, bitch. You know you look good, so walk away. We know.
To be honest, I can be that person. You are not, but I can. Then Tyra comes
So I understand why you like... No, okay.
Oh, yes. I'm exactly the same. Do I look like a dancer or a model? That's what I ask everyone always. I will get eliminated next, right? No, but Tyra comes over again. I think she lives in the same hotel as them.
I love it. She's like... She's there.
She's there, and it gets less and less every cycle. She comes over and she takes them to the Tokyo room, and there all the candles are on, everything is lit there, and they're like, "Oh, let's talk about our feelings and about our insecurities." It always feels like a setup that something
true.
that it's like
this is
something.
Like, let's talk about our feelings, aka give me something for the camera. Give me something for the camera. I don't think she means it that way, but of course, this is also so that there's things happening, so they have stuff to film.
Yeah, and they talk about all the things they worry about, and it's the things you expect them to say. Like Robin is saying, like, yeah, you know, I live a Christ-like life, and I feel great about my curves, but that could make me insecure. It's, Kesse talks about her home situation, which looks kind of like that she didn't tell her mom she's there. It looks kind of like, what's going on there? Yeah.
Do you know what I actually found really sad? That Giselle was talking about, like, that her family is not supportive at all. I'm like, that's the worst. Like, her mom was saying to her, like, that she was like, why are you doing this? Like, or even as a mom or as a family, you don't believe in something, just let a person just do something and build that person up instead of pulling that person down.
That's true. She's only 18. She has the time to figure out if this is right or not right. She's young.
It's not right. It's okay.
Next day, they go into the free... Yeah, this was like an intermezzo of music. A bumper. Let's go to the next day, and they go into a freezing cold, beautiful Central Park, and they go into a carriage with a challenge where they get interviewed by, and I have to flip the page to see the name because I wrote it down at the judge.
It's a very known person. If you don't know him, I am shocked.
It's the very famous interviewer Steve Zantagatti.
Do you know him? I do. If you don't know, it's very... no.
Let's look up on Instagram how he looks right now. Steve Zantagatti. We will look him up. But he was nice.
He was nice, yeah.
Kind of pretty. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
it's your type. It's your type.
yeah.
True.
And they had an interview, and they had to talk about themselves. And the thing I remembered from this carriage ride is Kesse saying, "I'm sassy and I'm classy, and my name is Cassie."
I'm classy.
She's funny.
I'm classy and a little bit sassy.
And Elyse is like complaining about all the other girls except for Cassie. She says,
Yeah.
Cassie, well, I don't have anything negative about Cassie. She's great."
But Cassie's like the heart of this season. She's just sweet. She's nice. Like she's just like sweet. But what I find really hilarious is that you can really tell from this interview that everyone really has something they want to say. Like, for example, Robin, she's very about her Christianity. Shannon, she's very like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm still a virgin. Like, I think this is like the 4th or 6th time that she said this during this whole cycle. Yeah, I'm saying it right.
Yes.
Cycle, not
Cycle.
cycle. But so it's really funny to see that every person that they have right now is really a person has something they want to bring to the world, has something that they want to say.
True. And the interviewer sees right through Robin and says, "Nobody is this perfect and this, well put together." And she's like, "Well, you met Robin today." Yeah! I'm like, it's a nice answer. It's funny because she's aware of the fact that it's a little bit like not an answer.
No, it's funny that you say that because I don't think that's true. I don't think she's aware. I think she genuinely thinks that. Okay. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah, you still have a thing against Robin,
no, this
right?
is not me having a thing, but the way it comes across is that she genuinely thinks that, no, but I'm perfect.
Yeah, maybe it is true.
And maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's not true, but that's how it comes across. Like she genuinely thinks she's perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you think you're perfect, something's wrong with you.
Because no one is perfect. And
Nobody's
perfect is boring.
True that.
Yes.
Well, do you know what I loved about that whole interviewing challenge? That they had the whole training, and then in the end, the interview was like, okay, so Robin, you were a little bit too much on your Christianity, so it made you less human. And then who else? Shannon? No, he was talking about some other girl.
Like how they all stick to the rules that they learned the day before.
And he was going like to all the girls, and then he was like, "But Elyse, you're my winner because you did everything what you weren't supposed to do." Yeah. So they had a whole training for this episode, and now they have a challenge with it. And in the end, what was the takeaway? Don't do anything you've learned, and then you become the winner of the challenge.
That's true. So take the ugliest picture possible, and you will win. That's how it's going. Okay, thanks for the tip, Steve Zattakati. Well, he picks Elyse as the winner, and she picks Adrian to share the prize with her, and the prize is that the loved one comes over. So Elise's boyfriend comes over, and Adrian's mother comes over, which is super cute. And what I really liked, and then you said finally something I haven't heard you say before. I'm sorry,
I heard you say, hey, I heard you say.
You said something I've never heard. Well, you said something new, and that's that you said like, "Oh, Shannon is nice," and I agree what the thing was. Like, yes. Adrian was super happy that she got picked by Elyse, that her mother would come over, and immediately you saw tears in the eyes of Shannon because I think she would also be like, "Oh, I want my mom over." But she was like, "Oh, Adrian, good for you." She was super happy for her, which is super nice.
She was so like happy for the other people and so like, "Oh, this is so lovely." And she was like, "Adrian, your mother is going to New York." Oh my God. Like she was she's like she became like a little cheerleader for it was just too sweet. Like, and from that point, well, not from that point, but you can tell like Shannon, she's actually growing. Whereas because she's also 18, right?
Yeah.
And I think Giselle's also 18, but you can see that Giselle, it's not that she's not growing because every person is growing, but she's still like being a little bit of a kid. And you can tell with Shannon, even the way with the confessionals is that she's getting a little bit more calmer, a little bit more adult. She's like learning and growing, actually.
True. She's growing on us as well. We start liking Shannon more.
Yes.
Yeah, I already liked her more than you did, I think. But
First I thought it's just like not a spoiled brat, but just like a kid. And now she's like, "You're becoming a woman."
She's becoming a woman.
Yes. Not a girl.
And we get another funny one-liner from Elyse because Giselle is like, "Oh, how do I build confidence?" Elise's reply: "Getting out of puberty."
Yeah. That was a good one.
You get out of puberty.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Funny because it's true.
She's funny. I think Elyse is very funny. Yeah.
It's because she's smart. She's smart funny.
Yeah, she's quick with her thoughts. That's true. They get a photo shoot.
No, you're missing something.
Oh my god, what do I miss?
They went swimming.
Oh, that's why I missed it, because I literally said when they after the swimming, I said to you, well, what was this about? But we could see the six-pack of John Silverman.
Did you see a six-pack?
Well, he was in his swimming pants. Is that the word?
Swimming pants?
He was in his swimming pants. And he had a six-pack. And he wore like a army cap.
Yeah, how do you call... See, that was the same thing in the last episode. We need to find out...
He borrowed it from Adrian.
Maybe not. Who
Maybe,
knows?
but he had a good body. I'm like, personal train me, boy.
It was the first season, so it had a budget.
Budget.
They had to share clothes.
Can I borrow your underwear, Adrian? Thank you. Yeah. But they went swimming, and John Silverman was rooting for Elyse. And he said, like, well, probably she doesn't have an eating disorder because she swims.
Yeah.
That was his... Okay, well, thanks for the... Yeah,
thanks for the info.
Yeah, thanks for the info. Then we can go to the photo shoot.
Yeah, I think so.
For Reebok, right?
I think we would over here in the Netherlands we would say Reebok, but
Reebok. Well, for something, they had a photo shoot, and Tyra came in with pigtails. She looked like she was. No, I don't know what she looked like, but she looked hideous.
It was, and also because when you normally have like a pigtail, it's really tight on your head, but you can tell she had a weave or she had extension or something like that because it was bigger in the back. You could see like an extra bulge. It was very 2000s because that was the decade of extensions.
The decade of extensions and apparently bad extensions. The photographer of today was Daniel Carriga. And it looked like a very hard shoot to do, don't you think? It was very like with movements, and you have to think of everything, and your face, and your body, and they had to trust the person they were with because they had to fall in his arms. Maybe he dropped you. I don't know what you would be scared of. It's a little bit. It was a lot.
They had an extra model to work. Excuse me. They had an extra model to work with. They had to move. They had to keep their face all pretty. Yeah, it's very. You have to think about literally everything, and then also the model on the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
The model on the side.
Also think model. On the side. It's not that model, important.
Put it on the side.
Put it on the side. Second nature. I really liked how Shannon looked and how she moved. She was one of my favorites that day. Kesse looked very good during the shoot. This is not talking about the end product. Kesse and Elyse. Those three were like, when I saw them doing it, it's like, okay, this is looking high fashion and sportive at the same time. No, well done, ladies.
Yeah, I thought Elyse was very good too, and that was actually the only one I wrote down who was like, I was like, yeah. The other one, to be fair, during this whole photo shoot, there was no one who was really bad. But,
yes, it was.
Who?
Robin.
Well, it wasn't good what she was doing, but it wasn't bad. Do you know what I mean?
It was not bad. That's true. It was,
with the last episode, sometimes there were girls who were like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, but I'm always when I see her in pictures, I'm like, you could be like. You look like the mother of the no, that's not unfair because she doesn't look like she's 40, but she looks.
She's the eldest of the group.
Yeah,
she
you can tell she's. Yeah. If you consider she's only 2 years older than Ebony, she looks like 10 years older than Ebony from last week.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And even Ebony looked old for her age, I think. She just looks too old to start modeling. She's a pageant girl, and now she's the mother of a pageant girl. I don't know. It's gone.
We don't know what to do with you, Robin.
Yeah, you are here for the drama, and that's all. Well, I liked how the boyfriend was very supportive of Elyse, and how the mother was very supportive of Adrian.
Yeah, they showed up. Cute. They showed up. It was so cute.
Yeah, but you also said that they looked the same.
Yeah,
the same haircut.
It was okay. So when I saw the boyfriend of Elyse and when he came, they had like the exact same haircut. So they were like twinning and winning. But it was also like Frodo and Legolas. Well, no, not a girl. What's the Arwen? Arwen.
But who is Arwen and who is Frodo?
The boy is Frodo and she was Arwen. They could be actually both together, but it was hilarious. But they were adorable, and he was so supportive. He was so supportive.
And apparently, what we've learned is that Elyse likes Kit Kat ice cream.
Apparently. See?
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Well, it was cute. They came over and it was done, and then they went away again.
Yeah.
And then it was time for judging.
And it was also really cute because you can tell, like, with Adrian and her mom that there wasn't drama because they didn't have that much screen time, but it was just when you would see them together, you were like, "Aw!" Like Adrian really loves her mom, and her mom really loves her, and her mom was so proud. She was actually. What did she say? Like,
I know what she wanted to say. Yeah,
she said like, "I never knew I had such a beautiful daughter."
No, she said something like, "I can't believe I gave birth to such a beautiful person."
Yeah, that was.
I never heard my mother say that. Maybe she said, "I can't believe I gave birth to such a brat. But what she did say last time, she said like, because we're now, of course, in the corona pandemic, she said like, I do miss giving you a hug.
Oh, that's sweet. See, mama love always wins.
Yes.
And we can tell from Adrian and her mom together. They were just adorable.
They were together. Very sweet. They are. Judging and our...
Well, yeah, they were... Well, I'm actually curious what you think about this, but I'm not going to answer because you probably know my answer already. Because then they went back into the house and they had dinner and the boyfriend and their mom were still there. Like the boyfriend of Elyse and Adrian's mom. But then they had dinner, but Robin just did her thing by herself. And all the girls, they were like, this is kind of rude. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think if my mother would come over, I would like them to be there. It's also well, but you also have to think like, you know, they are there for a lot of weeks, so it's also your own home. And maybe Robin is more like a feeling like, you know, you have your mom, you can talk with her. I'm also at home and I want to chill, but you know, at least for dinner, you can also sit there for half an hour just to let them know, so nice that you were here, but I'm sorry, I'm now going to back off. And maybe she did, you don't know. It's true, all, you know, because she didn't know what happened before she went to bed.
But she wasn't, like, if we watched the clips, she wasn't there while they were eating.
And I think the rest, all of them was there. Or most of them. Yeah.
I thought it was weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe she was sick. I don't know. I don't care. But I understand what you mean with that, and I also understand where Adrian came from. But next day, judging.
Who were your favorites?
Who were my favorites? Like the pictures. Like
yes.
The outcome of the pictures, I have one very favorite, that would be my first call out. That was Elyse. I think her picture was the best, and I liked Adrian and Giselle's picture.
Same. I'm actually the same. Do you know what actually is really funny? That every week Elyse is our top pick with picture-wise.
She's just the best in pictures.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But then
and who was your least favorite?
Robin. Did that picture was just, it wasn't bad.
I have exactly the same.
And then like the other girls, Shannon and Kesse, they were fine. Like they were really good.
But I would put Kesse in the bottom 2 because I think Shannon was. I would my top 6 would be Elyse 1, Adrian 2, Giselle 3, Shannon 4, Kesse 5, and then sending Robin home. I think, and then we're there already.
No, I would have done, my 1 would be Elyse 2. Then I would probably say, I'm doubting between Adrian or Giselle. So they're like
2, 3.
2, 3. Yeah. Then I would say, wait, who's left? I have 3 left, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Then Kesse, then probably, and then Shannon in the bottom 2.
Yeah, so maybe Kesse is. No, but the problem, I don't have a
they
bottom
were all
2.
Good.
I have a bottom 1. Robin.
Bottom 1, Robin.
I have a bottom 1.
And Robin, during judging, guys, look at how she looked. When I watched Robin, she looked like Janet Jackson from Together Again with her hair like this. She had all like the hair.
Tyra, you mean?
No, Robin.
No.
She had like her hair like
no.
It was like every time
I do not look at her. This is something completely different.
Maybe the ugly ripoff of Janet. No, that's me.
She had it all pulled back. You didn't look
No,
right.
she had it like poof.
No, she had it all pulled back. Look at it. Like you can.
I will watch it back.
But if you want to make a comparison, if you look at Tyra, then you see Beyonce, Baby Boy, Sean Paul. Here we go.
Early zeros, the early naughties. They were asked the question, why should you win and who should be eliminated? Well, of course they all said Elyse because she has a problem with herself. Janice is very much rooting for Elyse the whole time, which I really like because she is. Yeah, I don't know. Elyse still is. Well, she is not the underdog, but she's the one who is getting a lot of compliments, but also a lot of trouble. She's the one, like, who? I don't know.
Actually, you know what I think with the judges is that Tyra looks at it from a production thing, like how can we make the show more interesting? Yeah. And Janice is there to like say it as a model way because she doesn't really think about the cameras yet.
True.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Because Janice also said that she likes Giselle's picture, which I think all of them did. But what Giselle said when she was sent home, and I kind of agree with her, because I was like, you sent home, you got a good picture. But she said, I felt like it was my time to go now. And when I think of who is still left, I feel like, probably production-wise, it was maybe a more obvious reason because Robin, they still need her because there will be like a nude photo shoot and then she can bring drama, you know.
Yeah.
I think the production people were still doubting who will win, Elyse or Adrian. I have a feeling that that's were the two they were. That's a feeling I have when you really think that they thought it through. It feels like those two are the two favorites. Well, we know that they come far. Also, Shannon comes far. I don't know. I have a feeling that it was normal for Giselle to go home, but not based on her performance.
Do you know what I find really? I just don't agree with it at all. I just thought they should have sent Robin home.
I think so too.
I think the weirdest part for me was when Tyra said, "Yeah, I thought you were the best during the shoot, but what changed my mind is when you were done and you said like, no, I could have done better because I felt like I was more a dancer than a model." And that's what changed my mind. That's literally what Tyra said. And I was like,
yeah.
Is that a reason to send a girl home? No, that's not a good reason.
No, because it's a very normal thing to be insecure about. When you are a dancer, then you're like, "Ooh, I hope I didn't do too much dancing." It's like very normal to be like, like, I think it's a good thing that she's doubting herself sometimes because it makes you better and makes you grow. Instead of like Robin, I'm perfect and I can do anything.
Yes.
Yeah. And according to Janice, is there one man in the competition because Kesse looks like she has a penis? Zoom into the picture and see if you can catch the penis as well.
Nah, I thought that was a little bit of a wild shot.
She was hard on Kesse. Poor girl. It was not that bad.
She just didn't like that picture. Yeah. But that was, to me, in my opinion, that was a picture you're like, you love it, you hate it.
True. Yeah. I was okay with it actually. So it's not a love or hate. It's a normal. She has nice boobs.
Big boobs.
Whoa.
But no, when I saw Kesse's pictures first, I was like, yeah. But then when they started talking about it, I was like, oh, I kind of get where you're coming from, and like the goofy, funny thing. And then that's what makes me like the picture even more.
Yeah, we still love Kesse, who is sassy and classy. We love her. Well, Giselle, unfortunately, home, and now only 5 girls. Yeah, well, went
Giselle,
home. No, let's make
Giselle,
a normal sentence.
Home.
Giselle, home, unfortunately. Let me say, unfortunately, Giselle was sent home, something that I don't think she deserved.
I didn't either.
No, but she did go home. Now only 5 girls remain. Oh, I sound like Tyra.
Yeah.
Only 5 girls remain. Robin, Kesse, Elyse, Adrian, and Shannon. Who is your favorite? Tell us that on our Instagram page, Pod But Make It Fashion. We will post a picture with like this question: who is your favorite of the 5 remaining models? And tell us in the comments who your favorite is. And of course, we want to know why that's your favorite.
Yes.
Because I'm wondering if people agree with us or that they're like, what? No, man.
No,
Robin is the best, or this one is the best, or whatever.
Yeah, because what I'm saying for me with what I'm saying about, I think I said that last episode with Robin, that like the picture was not, no, the commercial was nice, but I didn't like it because I have a thing about her. Like maybe you have it with another person. Like maybe, for example, you don't like the way Adrian talks and you're like, oh yeah, I just can't hear her talk. And that annoys you also with her pictures or something like that. Or you don't like the things that's going on with Elyse. So I don't know. We're curious to know.
We want to know, of course, because we're only talking one way. We don't hear anything back, which is obvious because it's a podcast. It's not like it's a one-way street. But in this way, we can make it a two-way street on Instagram. So share us your thoughts and...
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, we're already done.
We are already done. This was well, it was in the end. It was a nice. The episode itself was a little bit.
Yeah, it was boring.
But now, when we talk about it, it was like, oh, things did happen in the end.
Or we made it happen.
We made it happen.
We made it happen.
Thank you very much.
We made it happen together.
Oh, and next week they're going off to the abroad location. Party. I like the abroad locations.
I
look forward to it.
I look forward to it too. The best part is when they have to figure out and walk through the streets themselves. I always.
Oh, with like ghosties.
Yeah, that always goes wrong. Love it.
Can't wait. See you next week, you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.